Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Muhammad Zuhair bin Salim. I'm a student diploma in tourism management and I'm from section 40. Today, I want to tell you about the story of the Malaysia Indian race. Malaysia Indian are a local ethnic group in Malaysia. The group is defined as local Malaysian of Indian or South Asian ancestry. Today, they form the third largest group in Malaysia after the Malay and the Chinese. Most are descendants of those who migrated from India to Malaysia during the British colonization of Malaya. Majority of Malaysian Indian are ethnic Tamil Indian, with other smaller groups such as Malayali, Telugu, Sikhs, and other. Malaysian Indian from the fifth largest community of overseas Indian in the world. Within Malaysia, they represent the third largest group after the ethnic Malay and Chinese. They are usually simply referred to as Indian in Malaysia, Orang India in Malay, Induran in Chinese. Next, we will talk about the custom and tradition in Indian. The first one is greeting, the Namaste. The Namaste is one of the most popular Indian custom and isn't just restricted to the Indian territory anymore. You have Barack Obama who have been seen doing it in various occasions. Or you had Ban Ki-moon, the UN Secretary General, greeting everyone with a Namaste at the Times Square in New York on the first International Yoga Day. Next, we will talk about the wedding in India. Wedding in India vary according to the region, the religion, the community, and the personal preference of the bride and groom. They are festive occasion in India, and in most cases celebrate with extensive decoration, color, music, dance, costume, and ritual that depend on the community, region, and religion of the bride and the groom, as well as their preference. India celebrates about 10 million weddings per year, of which about 80% are Hindu weddings. Those of the Hindu faith prefer to die at home, surrounded by their family who will keep vigil. According to Hindu funeral custom, the body remains at the home until it is cremated, which is usually within 24 hours after death. The ashes are typically scattered at the sacred body of water or at some other place of importance to the deceased. At the service, referred to as a wake, mourners may dress casually. White is the preferred color for both males and females. Black is considered inappropriate. An open casket will be present with a priest or karta presiding over the proceedings. Hymns and mantras are recited, and some services include a fire sacrifice home, offering a meat to ancestors and gods. Now we will talk about the traditional dance in India. The first one is Kathak. The Kathak dance form originated in the north. The influence of the Mughal tradition is evident in this dance form, and it has distinct Hindu-Muslim texture. The word Kathak derived from Katha, literally means storyteller. Today, the mainstays of this dance form include Birju Maharaj and Uma Sharma. Kathak has an exciting and entertaining quality with intricate footwork and rapid pirouettes being the dominant and most enduring feature of this style. The costume and themes of this dance are often similar to those in Mughal miniature paintings. Next, Kathakali. Kathakali, a well-developed dance drama of Kerala, is a performance where the actor depicts characters from the epic Ramayana and Mahabharata and from the Puranas. The dancers adorn themselves in huge skirts and headdress, wearing a most intricate style of makeup. Kathakali draws heavily from drama and is danced with elaborate masks and costume. Next, I will tell you about Indian musical instrument. The first one is sitar. Probably the most popular string instrument from India is the sitar. String instruments have gained popularity because strings are considered to be the best accompaniment to be singing, a prime element of Indian. Secondly is sarod. Sarod is another popular string instrument. The body is carved from a single piece of well-seasoned thick wood and the belly covered with goat skin. There are 4 main strings, 6 rhythm and drone string and 15 sympathetic string, all made of metal. These are played by striking with a plectrum made of a coconut shell. The last one is sarangi. The name derived from saurangi, meaning 100 color. It has 3 to 4 main playing string and about a dozen sympathetic string. The instrument has no fret or fingerboard. The string float in the air. Next, we will talk about the costume in India. The first one is sari. Sari is a 4 or 5 meter long cloth. Its texture is from ordinary cotton to silk, mostly thin and soft. With the change of climate and season, need to wear a sari with different textures such as pure silk, cotton cloth, or gold silk lace. And in recent years also appeared similar to nylon or synthetic fabric. The sari in a summer is lighter in colors such as pale yellow, light blue, light green, and many more, while in winter it is mostly dark red or pinkish red and mostly dark green during the rainy season. Next, kurta and dhoti. Indian men mostly wear very loose fitting shirt called kurta with underwear called dhoti. A traditional kurta is collarless and falls to about the knee of the wearer. The sleeves also are loose. Kurta is simply constructed of 2 rectangular pieces of fabric. One is for the front and another one is for the back. They usually open in the front with button or tie closure in the middle of the garment or just off to one side. Some styles feature button or closure at the shoulder seam instead of down at center. Next, I will tell you about the festival in India. The first one is Thaipusam. One of the biggest Hindu festival in Malaysia is Thaipusam. Thaipusam is dedicated to the Tamil deity Murugan, which occur on the day in the Tamil month of Thai, January until February. When the extreme Pusam is on the ascendant, it is celebrated in grand style in the temples of Georgetown, Ipoh, and Kuala Lumpur for 3 days. Next, Deepavali. Deepavali, popularly known as the Festival of Light, is another major Hindu festival which is celebrated by whole Hindu community. The majority of Indians in Malaysia are Tamil and they speak Tamil. Other Indian languages in Malaysia are Telugu, Malayalam, Hindi, Punjabi and Gujarati. The new generation of Indians have started mixing Malay and English with their respective dialects. Chaturanga is one of the oldest of brain game in the world, played in ancient India. The game is considered to be the ancestor of modern-day chess, and the king and prince of ancient India were quite fond of the game. The Sanskrit word Chaturanga means having 4 limbs or parts, and it was also used to describe the Indian army of Vedic times, where a platoon had 4 divisions like elephant, chariots, cavalry, and infantry. The board of Chaturanga was called Ashtapada. Next, Kabaddi. In Kabaddi, 2 teams compete with each other with higher score by touching or capturing the player of the opponent team. Each team consists of 12 players, of which 7 are on court at a time and 5 in reserve. The 2 teams fight for higher score, alternating defense and offense. The court is a large as that for a dodgeball game. The game consists of 2 20-minute halves with a break of 5 minutes for change of side. The Kabaddi playing area is 12.50 meters, divided by a line into 2 halves. The side winning the toss sends a rider who enters the opponent court, chanting Kabaddi Kabaddi. The rider aim is to touch any of all players on the opposing side and return to his court in one breath. Secondly is kolam. Drawn using colored rice or powder, the kolam often make an appearance during Deepavali and other special occasions. In the past, the kolam was made with the rice flour to welcome small animals like ants and birds who will then eat them. This tribute invites prosperity and harmony into the home. Kabaddi is a ceremonial offering as a form of worship to Lord Murugan during Thaipusam. Since it is not easy to shoulder these Kabaddis for hours, later ones are preferred. It is up to the Kabaddi makers to create their stunning offering each year. Roti canai is an Indian-influenced flatbread dish found in several countries in South Asia, including Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore. It is usually served with dal or other types of curry, but can also be cooked in a range of sweet or savory variation made with a variety of ingredients such as meat, egg, or cheese. Roti canai is a popular breakfast and snack dish in Malaysia, and one of the most famous examples Malaysia Indian cuisine. It is said that the dish was brought over from India by Indian Muslims, also known as mamaks, in Malaysia, and it served mamak stall located in both rural and urban Malaysia. This is roti canai, this is dal, and this is curry. It tastes really good, especially when we eat with curry. So my recommendation to anyone who has never tried it, you should try it now. Next, Indian cultural taboos. Hug and kiss are not allowed in public. Pointing with the finger is considered rude. They point with their chins. Marrying out of their culture is not encouraged. Admitting mistake and asking for help. Openly disagreeing with an elder. That's all from me. Thank you for watching my video. Sorry for any mistake. Till we meet again. Assalamualaikum.